Is this your crafting corner you like to hide in?
Yes, this is my feel-good corner. Yeah, I think you can, are we okay with the light? You can see everything, or I can turn on another light too.
That's better.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so so what I'm going to do is we are making some body butter, something that I do during, actually I do it all year round because I make it for home and I give it as gifts. And sometimes I will also sell, you know, if people will ask me for it, I will sell as well. So when it comes to body butter is basically, you can take any oil based. So the one that I'm doing today is a mixture of, we are going to be using avocado butter and shea butter. And we'll add a little bit of jojoba oil into it. You can make body butter with even with just coconut oil. Coconut oil is just very heavy. You can make the body butter even with just shea butter, 100% shea butter, and that's fine too. You can do it, and I'll show you all the steps here. It's a fairly simple process. And let me change my camera so that I can show you what I'm doing. There we go. Okay. So here I have all this stuff here. Get them out of the way. So here, this is a mixture of avocado butter and shea butter. Now, as far as the proportion is concerned, it's up to you how you want to do it. If you want more shea butter, you can put more shea butter. I've already weighed, this is in total 14 ounces. If you want more avocado butter, you can put avocado butter. Personally, I like avocado butter because it's very light. So here, if I have it here, and if I put it on my hand, so if you can see it closely here, let me get this thing out of the way. Yeah, so the purpose of body butter is that it melts with the warmth of your hand. So you can see it here, the shiny piece over here. And when I go like this, 1 second. Yeah, so with body butters, they melt very quickly with the warmth of your hand. So just put a little bit and it just, your skin is going to be absorbing it. And and you always make them with nice skin loving, products. So it's just very, very easy to do. So this is already weighed out, right? Now, the only thing the other ingredients in this is going to be, like I said, jojoba oil. And I'll be putting a little bit of sandalwood powder. So this is the sandalwood powder. And I will be using some essential oil here. So this essential oil, this is a mix that I have. This is with orange 5-fold essential oil and cedarwood Himalayan essential oil. So this is a mix that I already have prepared. You can use any essential oil you want, right? And just be careful on buying essential oils. I'm going to say, please do not buy the Walmart ones, like the one in the $1. You don't get essential oil for $1. There is probably maybe a micro drop and the rest is all some kind of oil that they've added. So always buy it from a good source. Maybe from, I don't know, because I make a lot of soap and these kind of products. So I buy mine from this company called as New Directions. They are based out in Mississauga. So their quality of the products is very, very, very good. So that's the one that I use most of the time. But I'm not sure where else you can get them. There is this Canadian company. Oh gosh, I forget the name of the company. If it come to me, I will share with you. So let's start. So for making a body butter, so I've already weighed it, okay? And what I'm going to do is, so what you need is you need your good old hand blender. That's all you need. So I'm going to go in, it's going to be a little bit noisy. So I'm just going to go in and break the shea butter a little bit because shea butter is a little part, and avocado butter is really soft. And I am going to start. I'm going to start. 1 second. People are entering. Yeah, and so I'm going to start. I'll start with on level 1 and gradually increase it. And I want this thing to become white and fluffy. Okay, so you can see that it's already becoming nice and like fluffy. So at this stage, I will be adding in the jojoba oil. So I'm going to be adding like 5 ounces of jojoba oil. So where is my, yeah, so I have this container and I'm going to weigh it. You can even add olive oil if you want. So your imagination is the limit, because olive oil is also very skin loving. Come on, come on. Okay, there we go. Exact. All right, so I have this olive oil here, sorry, the jojoba oil. And I'm going to add this entire thing in here. And I'm going to go back in again and start red line. So right now you can see that it has become really liquidy, but you've got to continue to blend it. And at this stage, I will also add some tapioca starch. So what tapioca starch does is that it makes the body butter less greasy. So I'm going to be adding about 5 teaspoons of the tapioca starch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I will also add the sandalwood powder, just a tiny bit. And the sandalwood powder will also give it a nice color as well. And sandalwood powder also has some nice benefits to it as well for the skin. And then we will also add our 1 second. Yeah, the our essential oil. So that I will add is about 1 teaspoon. So it smells like really good. I wish you could smell it. So all the ingredients are in. And now the only thing that is left is blending everything. So now bear with me. And I see there's a question or comment. I'll look into it in just a minute. So the more you whip it, the thicker it gets. So you can see the color. Yes, Young Living, that's right. You got that right. It is Young Living. You can see the color. It's a really lovely, I don't know if you can see the color in this light. It's a really lovely light pink color. Needs to be a little bit thicker. And the other thing is that when you will let this sit for a little bit, it'll get even thicker. So I think somebody asked, where do you buy the shea butter from? I buy my products from New Directions. That's my go-to because I order a little bit. So there you can get it shipped. I think you have to spend $100, and they have their collection of essential oil is amazing. So take a look at the website. Okay, we'll do it a little bit more. I want to show you the consistency now. So you can see the consistency, the change in consistency here. So you can see it is so nice and smooth here. So I can still feel a little few clumps of shea butter in there. So it needs a little bit more whipping up. Look at the questions, 1 second.
Oops.
If I take a little bit in my hand, and if I put it, hold on. Yes, if I hear this in my hand, and you can see just a tiny bit. And if I rub my hands on it, I think it took quite a bit. So it is so lovely. It is very light. And the beauty about body butter is you don't need a lot. You just need, I think I took a bit, and I was working with it, so my hands are a bit more greasy, but it is just, it is so soothing, and it is just very, very nice and skin loving. Let's see what are the questions. So yeah, Divine Essence. Okay, I've never heard of that. Young Living. So yeah, shea butter I get. Does the sandalwood powder stain? You know, the quantity of sandalwood powder is so little that it will not stain. It didn't stain my skin. You can see here. Does it look pink? Well, the natural pink is there, but not. It doesn't stain. No, not at all. So I'm going to continue beating it a little bit more. Let me clean my hands because they're really greasy. I'm going to be right back. 1 second. Just clean my hands. Now, the thing to remember for the storage piece is that body butters need to be stored in a cool area. If it is out in the heat or the sun, it will melt. Do you recommend something other than sandalwood? Yeah, you can use green tea extract also. Oh, I forgot. You can even put colloidal oatmeal here. So oatmeal also has really good skin loving properties. Actually, you can put it even now. I'll put some. So this is just oatmeal at home that I had, and I just put it in the coffee grinder. There I'm going to put, so I put about a teaspoon of it. I can put a little bit more. There we go. Okay, a good check is to see if it forms peaks. So you can see it's forming those peaks, and there, you can see that more clearly. See, it's the way when you make meringues or something like that, you get these peaks. So that means this is now ready to, so it took us literally 5 to 6 minutes of beating up everything together, whipping up everything together, and your body butter is ready. So you can see these peaks are forming like really nicely here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them in containers. And you can use glass containers. You can use any old containers that you have in the house. I will just say that make sure you clean them properly, and then you give them a spritz of alcohol and let it dry, like clean them, wash them properly, and yeah, give them a spritz of alcohol to just sanitize them. And then you can put it in your jars, like whatever. I'll show you what I have. Anyway, so this is, so you can see the consistency is, it's so beautiful. It's like, it's like frosting. Can you see that? Yeah. So what I have, I'm not going to put them in these containers because these are not really washed. I do not have the time to do it. Let's put here. Yeah. So these are tin containers, aluminum tin containers from Amazon, right? And they are wide mouth. And here's the lid. So once I wash them, like after today, and then you can use this. There's even these jars also you can use. Just make sure that they're wide mouth, and your finger can go till the very bottom to fill them up. So if you want to give them as gifts, we talked about gift giving in the morning, then you can use body butters, right? So if your body butter is something I have found everyone likes, everyone enjoys, right? No one, and it gives, so it also lets people know that you have, any handmade gift is definitely a really good, it's really good and worth, It's priceless. There's one thing that I just found on my desk is rose petal powder. So this is also another thing you can use instead of sandalwood powder if you want. I think I got this at the Indian store. So if you are at the Indian store, or you should be able to get it anywhere. So if I open it, I haven't even opened it. I could have used this one, but that's okay. It smells of roses. It's a very faint smell, but it does smell of roses. So you can use this also. If you want to use mint powder, you can use mint powder as well. There's so many things that you can do. There's a variety of butters. Like I said, you can use shea butter, coconut oil. And if you Google, Dr. Google will give you millions of recipes on body butters. My favorite is always avocado, and because it is just very light. That's the only reason. Otherwise, shea butter is easily available. And yes, it does look edible because it really looks like it looks like frosting. Yeah. So anyway, once I wash them, and I will sanitize them with spritz of alcohol. So I use 99% alcohol. You can get it at Shoppers or your local pharmacy, and very easily available. If you don't get 99%, you can get 70%, which is more easily available. You can do that too. So it's as simple as that to make a body butter. That you can just make as gifts or just for your personal use if you like. If you have sensitive skin and you get really dry skin. There was a customer that I had, and that customer's feet were very dry. So I just made 100% shea butter body butter for that person. So you can do that too. It's entirely up to you how you want to do that. So I will just change my camera to see if there's any more questions. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Laurie says the recipe. You know what, Laurie, there's really no recipe. So I used, in total, I had 14 ounces of a mixture of avocado butter and shea butter. You can make your own combination. And just make sure that you are not using too much of the essential oil. That is the only thing. So with the essential oil, it is generally I think the ratio is 0.8. 1 second, I will just tell you in a minute. I forget what it is. So in this 14 ounce, I actually put 1 teaspoon of the essential oil that I had. So I'm going to put ratio of essential oil. Yeah. To, let's say, shea butter. Yeah, so it's really 1% or 2% to the entire weight. So if it was 14 ounces, you just want to calculate 1% or 2%. Some people like it to be more, you want the fragrance to be very strong. So you can use more, but I would not go more than like 2%. So if I calculated the 2%, let's say 1 into 14 ounce. So it was literally 0.14 ounce. So it was just so little, just very little amount of essential oil. So in this entire thing here, this whole thing had just about a teaspoon, and I can smell it. I can increase it a little bit if I want, but it is not necessary. Okay. Yeah, that is pretty much it. So you can see now. Oh, let me again change the camera so I can show you more clearly. So in these few minutes that we've been talking, it has thickened up even more. See that? It's just dropping in big, big blobs. And see that? Yeah. So my body butter is ready, and I will just spoon it into my jars or whatever you have. You can use old, if you have, you can always recycle the jars you get from sauces and stuff like that. Sauces, spices, use glass jars. You can even use PET jars also, no problem. Yeah, I would not use iron ones or something like that. Any other questions anyone has before we start our new session? This is a quick and short session. The next session is at 3:30. And that is, that's also, I forget what it is called. It's on writing, I know that much. Yeah. Any other questions anyone has?
Yes, I've seen shea butter at the drugstore, but where would I get avocado butter?
Yeah, so that is where, New Directions, that is where, that's a good place to buy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And their prices are actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are willing to spend $100, because I think they charge, well, they will be shipping, definitely. But what I do is I generally will buy like a bigger jar, like a bigger quantity, so that it lasts me. And make sure you store the avocado butter or any kind of butter in a cool area. I'm in the basement. This is always pretty cold. Keep it away from direct sunlight so that you don't make the oil like rancid.
Does the sandalwood powder have the scent to it also?
Not much.
No? Okay.
No, let me see. There is it's very faint, very, very faint.
Okay.
Yeah, so you don't have to, I just happen to have it because I use it to make soap. I use it for that. So I just added it. You can use the colloidal oatmeal if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, some people even put the green tea, green tea extract, the powder. Some people even put the matcha tea, because it's an antioxidant and it has antioxidant properties. So you can use that also. But colloidal oatmeal is a good option, because that is something you can actually, oatmeal is easily available, and you can use that if you'd like.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Actually, I do have a question. You calling it colloidal oatmeal? What does it mean, colloidal, for the oatmeal?
You know what? So when I was reading about this, essentially what it is it is oatmeal which has been ground to a powder. So if you were to Google colloidal oatmeal, you will get it, right? So what they say is that the grinding process is different from what you do at home. So I just had oatmeal, like I said, and I put it in my coffee grinder, and that's what I'm using. So you can use that too.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and oatmeal actually makes oatmeal makes good masks, face masks also. And oftentimes colloidal oatmeal is also put into soaps because it has really good skin loving properties to it. And when you crush it, when you grind it, it's a really fine powder. It's a really fine powder. See if I take it out. Here. Just in my hand, there is no, it's literally actually a very fine powder. And even in the body butter, I can't even feel the grittiness. No, I cannot feel nothing. It's just very, very smooth. Yeah. Yes, oatmeal is really good for skin conditions, especially for eczema. Oatmeal has actually really good, has a lot of benefits to it. Yeah.
So you could apply this to your face as well then?
Yes, it makes a really good face mask, So there are some people I know who will mix the colloidal oatmeal with some rose water and make a thick paste, and you can apply that on your skin.
It's good.
Yeah. So if this is something that you are looking for, you can make it over Christmas for your friends, family, very easily. It can be made in the kitchen, and it literally took 15 minutes. 15 minutes, or you can say half an hour, because I just made sure I weighed everything before we started, so that I'm not late for the next session. So within half an hour now, this thing, the amount that I have made will easily, I think, I'm not sure what is the weight in this jar. I think it will easily make 7 to 8 of these, this size, very easily. So it's very economical also. Then he says you can put the colloidal oatmeal in a nylon and put it under the tub faucet for bathing. Oh, okay. I've never heard that, but yeah, I could see it being possible. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. If there are any other questions, anything else, any comments?
No, thank you for bringing that up, though.
Oh, no problem. So I will meet you back in 20 minutes at 3:30 for the next session. And then there's a last session at 4:30. Yeah, 4:30. So 3:30, 4:30, no, there's two, sorry. There's there's 3 more sessions till the rest of the day, for the end of the day. Yeah. So anyway, the next session is 3:30. Okay, so I will see you back. Hopefully everyone will come back and listen to all the good stuff.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.